Previously on Struggle. Alright, the finale of episode 2. Choro with gotcha references and more Leichenfaust than you could shake a stick at. Literally, they just grouped the monsters up together, and we even got a Minecraft reference in this one. This map literally was the final exam of everything we've learned up to this point, including those vicious spectral leviathans. Now, let's see what episode 3 has. In today's 4K Master Route, we are looking at the start of episode 3 with music track Grand Work Buster from Dragon Force The Day 3 by Antaresian 31. This is the Overture. And, as Dean of Doom said himself, I'm blue, dabba-dee-dabba-die. Literally, welcome to the blue universe. We have finally made it here. What the Antaresian legacy is most famous for, and it is going to be sticking around. Gone are the days of the old tech bases. We have finally made it into something much greater. So, let's go ahead and get this kicked off right. This map is notorious because it does not give you the really strong weapons until pretty much the end of it. So it basically lets you try out all these high-tier enemies, like the Aphrius, like the Antaresia, heck, like the Revenants, with just the basic set of weapons, your SSG, your regular 9mm, and the dual wield. And I'll tell you, it is amazing how much you take the big weapons for granted until you're literally forced to go through a Doom map without them. And just look at that scenery. This is absolute beauty in a Doom map. So let's go ahead and work our way into the Sanctum. Because, as you can see here, Chain Gunner Elites are now going to be the norm, unfortunately. For anyone who's been struggling with them up to this point, they're only going to get harder. So, let's go ahead and punch our way into the Sanctuary. As you can see, all the Antaresian style textures on the side there to let us know exactly what we're playing. And just look at how many hits the Antaresia can take when you literally have just a regular single barrel shotgun. So, let's work our way into the Atrium because this map only has one secret. And it's a big one. You do not want to miss it because it's what's going to give us the assault rifle. Otherwise, we are limited to the grenade launcher, and believe me, with the big final ambushes in this map, you do not want to be limited to just the grenade launcher. This one gets absolutely off the rails by the end of it, so just take it slow, peek your way into rooms, and you'll be perfectly fine. Unfortunately, that regular chain gunner has our number, so let's back out, get turned around here, and fight our way back in. Now, let's go ahead, draw the Revenant out of hiding, and take care of him with the dual wield. No problems so far. The chain gunner is really the issue up there. Get rid of him so he can't snipe us. As you can see, right there is the yellow skull key door, and that is ultimately where the exit is. So, let's go ahead and spin everything up for now, because we are still nowhere near getting that assault rifle. So everything is coming down to just the basic weapons so far. Let's go ahead, keep pushing our way up. This is what's going to lead us to the red skull key door, and it's got its own myriad of traps waiting for us. So for now, let's go ahead, ignore those two, because this is really a very small map, oddly enough. It is also very straightforward because it's going to lead us right into the ambush we need to get ourselves the red skull key. As you can see, right here is also where we're going to get the SSG, finally. And, of course, we have ourselves an Aphrius surprise. And Antaresia, both for the matter. Let's go ahead and push our way through here as we are greeted by the famous custom monsters of this series. And literally, these two can just take a beating. Even when the Antaresia got hit, it did not care about the Aphrius. I swear these things are always added after the main battle. So, let's go ahead. Go through the glowing door, which is literally telling us go this way. And at this point, let's get rid of the Pain Elemental, let's get rid of the Cacodemon, and just like that, we are good to go. as we make our way to the Red Skull Key room. Careful of the Revenant hiding around the corner there. Luckily, you can get just an angle on him that you can get him woke up and taken out before anyone knows what happened. And do be careful of the Chain Gunner Elite up there guarding the Red Skull Key door. It's very hard to see. Just snipe it till it goes down. Otherwise, you're going to take chip damage for no reason. Now, this room is absolutely brutal because it pretty much just dumps you into everything. And this is ultimately where we're going to have to fight to get ourselves the Red Skull Key. So, this is just phase 1 of the battle. Get that dang meatball out here as fast as humanly possible, and then we can finally do something with this place. So, once he's down, let's skirt the edges of the arena to get ourselves ammo, get ourselves health, and now be careful of the sniping Antaresia there in the center, not to be confused with the Antaresia statues laying around. And just like that, let's get the sniper off his perch. Also beware of armor bonuses down around the pedestal. That is pretty much where all of your items are in this one, and yes, the gray slime absolutely damages you. So, let's go over here, take out everyone, and just know when you hit that switch up there that they're guarding, all heck is gonna break loose. So, this map is short, but it is intense. Especially that yellow key ambush, which is absolutely insane. I really don't know how he crammed so much stuff into such a small area. So let's go ahead, get the enemies basically just pulled out of that room so we can take care of them one at a time. Make sure we don't miss these armor bonuses or the Berserk that all count toward our items. And there's security armor if we need it. Let's go ahead and push our way up because here comes the Revenant. And the other one I think is still back in there guarding the switch. Yep. And you can see right there's the grenades, so you know we're getting the grenade launcher soon. It's actually right there at the switch. We will need it, but be careful, because if you're going to take a breather, this is the place to take it. Because this ambush is not pretty. It's nowhere near as hard as the yellow one, but still pretty tough. Because here's your Aphrius. They are just a distraction, as you can see. That Archvile that spawned way back in the pit, already bringing everything back to life. So, let's get rid of him, and be careful because Antaresia got respawned here too, and Chain Gunner Elites, and I'll tell you, the Chain Gunner Elites are much more offensive so far in Episode 3, because normally they were just used as stationary turrets, also where the Mancubus just pops off the lift. But normally they were used as stationary turrets in the past. No, they're on the grounds running you down in this series. And considering they blend in perfectly with the blue background, beware. When you hit this, turn around, there's going to be a meatball that got released. Go ahead and take the Pain Elemental out. Nobody cares about the Hell Knight. He'll make his way over eventually. Go ahead, get that mess tied up, get the Hell Knight out of here, and let's get ready to get that assault rifle. So, to do it, you want to go where the Red Skull Key door is. So let's hit the switch first, right there. And through the blinking door as he's leading us along, there's the Skull Key door. Turn around, it's in this window frame over here that looks like an Aphrius. Right there it is. That we will absolutely need, especially for that yellow key fight, because it is absolutely ruthless. Let's go back up here. Now that we have the Red Skull Key, let's go back through the Red Skull Key door. And that'll put us immediately into the Yellow Skull Key ambush. This Archvile is nothing. It is literally nothing. It's not part of the ambush. It's just kind of there. Giving you a precursor of what you're going to be facing when we actually get further into this room. So let's go ahead, get all the ammo that we can. Because on the sides, we're going to get Chain Gunner Elites, and then in all three corners that we are not in at the switch, you're going to get Archviles, you're going to get Antaresia, and you're going to get Revenants in very close quarters. It is claustrophobic in here, so just get ready. Grab the key, here they come. Try to stay in the middle as long as you can, just to force everything else in the middle. Ideally, get the Archviles fighting something else. As we push through here, you only have 2 of them to deal with, but again, they cause so much havoc here. Because the Antaresia takes so long to kill, they're going to be on top of you before you can do anything about them. So, once we have the archviles down, let's go ahead, just keep using all of our columns for cover. And once we have them down, let's take out the Chain Gunner Elites last, and this time they are acting as they acted in episode 2 as stationary turrets. So let's go ahead and put them down since they can't really move very much. And just like that, we've got ourselves the Yellow Skull Key, and this is where we get one of the cruelest endings I think I've ever seen to a map. And why no one has ever thought to do this, I have no idea, but honest to goodness, if I made a map, this is exactly how I would use the Archvile. This trap is devious. So you've got a long hallway to get to the yellow door, and look what you've got. So you've got an Archvile in the middle of 4 Chain Gunner Elites. That way, they already usually take more than one shot to take out. On top of that, it's going to be reviving them immediately, and you have that long hallway to have to run back down every time he starts setting you on fire. Best thing I can say is just try to target him directly, completely ignore the Chain Gunner Elites once we get them out of the way. Just like that, we can snipe him, and he is out of here. First map of episode 3, absolutely outstanding. Keeping the high-paced combat with a very short, compact map. Absolutely love the direction this is taking, and I've heard this is the strongest portion of Struggle the Antaresian Legacy. So if you've not already, please check out the playlist. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Some more Conceal videos, and we will see you back next time. Take care, everyone.